Hey guys, it's a fluffy printer again. So today I want to I wanted to make this video because I have to make a brand new mount for my Blink Mini 2. That way it can be added on for my FlashForge 85X. Originally I found one on Maker World. It's great. Got the hole to put the ball into, and I'm sorry about that. Oh, I had black pepper chicken for lunch. Anyways, what happened was it ended up cracking right there. And that's because the original person who made this for the ball, it made it extremely tight. So when you push it in, all of a sudden it's going to snap. Well, it finally decided to snap. And that's okay. And this is the wonderful thing about doing 3D printing. You can make your own stuff without using any other program. Now, because this is going to be for personal use and personal use only, it is not for selling, I'm going to make this new mount. I went through and did it myself. Now I want to show you guys the steps on how I did it. So, you can apply this concept to other items of what you want to do, of what you want to make. And all of this can be done within your Slicer program. Me, I use the Orca Flash Forge. You may have the Flash Studio. But in terms, this will still translate over to the Flash Studio or to the Flash Forge Orca. Or even if you're just using the good old-fashioned Orca Slicer itself, a lot of this does translate. So I'm going to go ahead, open up my program, and we can go from there. You see, now I have 3 plates set up. I tend to set up a couple times whenever I'm going to do something weird or try to figure things out. I'm going to set up a couple plates. But for right now, we're only going to work on the 3. So I'm going to go ahead and import my files. As you see, this was the original mount, which is great. It lasted a couple of months. Okay, cool. But I need something a little bit more sturdy now. So instead, I have those 3 right there. So I'm going to go ahead and open those 3 up. But it's going to say, do you want to do this as a single object? Say no. And as you notice, all of them are connected together. Well, that's because there's multiple parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one. I'm going to keep myself on global for a minute. And then I'm going to move it out of the way. I'll take this, move this out of the way, move that out of the way. And put that one over here. Now, see, this piece and this piece is originally one file. I found it off of Maker World. I also found this one off of Maker World. Well, with all my looking around and everything else, this one wouldn't work as well as I thought it would. So I'm not going to bother using it, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of it by selecting it and hitting the delete key. We also will not need this piece. We need this piece, but not this piece. So we can go ahead and also either right-click and delete, or we can just have it selected and hit the delete button as well. But the original mount, which is this one right here, I'm going to go ahead and input into here. Now, as you notice, this is the same one as this one. This mount was great because it would go like this on the side. Your camo would be right here in the front, and it was perfect. But this was for a printer that does not have your enclosure set up. There are ones out there that have it. You just got to do your finding to find it. So, now, here's where the issues will lie. This right here had that other little piece that was connected on it. Well, we're going to go ahead and remove this little piece right there. So we're going to have the object selected. We're going to find the cut tool up here. The cut tool, as you see now, it has shown 2 different colors. One for the upper, one for the lower. Okay. Well, we're not doing the upper and lower. We are actually going to be doing it the other way. So we need to change this all the way around like so. Now it's vertical, but it's still not where we need it. So we need to change it one more time. Take the green, bring it over here to another 90 degrees, and now we are where we need. And you see, we are now vertical. Well, we have two parts now that we need to worry about. See that little ball? Make sure the little ball is selected. This allows you to bring it back and forth, all the way to the end of the part, all the way to the other end of the part. What we need is to bring it just right where it decides to cut off, like right there. All right. Now, if you notice right here, you have upper part and a lower part. Well, here's the thing. We need the lower parts. So we're going to go ahead and uncheck the keep for the upper part, but the lower part we're going to keep for here. Once we hit perform cut, now we see that that little piece is gone. That's great. That's perfect. That's what we need. All right. Now we can bring it over to this one. Now we're going to be working on this plate with both of them. But if you notice, we need to have a different angle. And when we go to try to add this into here, there's going to be a bit of a problem. Well, that's okay. This is where we're going to do a couple more changing. All right. First off, what we're going to do is we're going to change the orientation on this. So we're going to click on the rotate tool. I'm going to click on the right, on the red, and rotate another 90 degrees. Because this is the bottom of it, and this is the top of the camera. So bottom is where the power cable goes into, which is the USB-C cord. So, and then the top is for the little speaker. So when it rotates, currently we're looking at it like this, which is currently upside down. What we need is it to be like this, which is right side up. Okay, well right now this is currently printing upside down because this has the more surface area to work with. And that's fine. Let's work with that for a minute. But now, when we go to add this into here, you notice now we got a big problem, right? We can't work it. If this goes into here, the camera can't fit into here. So we need to go ahead and cut this again. So we are going to go ahead and hit the cut button here. And if you notice, again, it's trying to cut horizontally. We don't want it horizontally. We need it vertically. And make sure we have the proper thing set up. So now we need to make sure we keep this area. So we need to make sure we keep the upper part. All right. But now this, we need to make this better. We need to make this more flat. So what we need to do is we need to take this. We have to do our best to find the best angle we can. So if we have to zoom in and move things around to find it, you can move things around. As you notice, there's someone there that can also help me find the proper angle. And because this is not my original, I'm just using someone else's. That's going to work. It's going to work in my favor here because it's not my original ordeal. It should be right about here. Yep. And now I'm going to take the ball here. I'm going to move it right to the edge, just to the edge of where the mount would be for the ball on the camera, for that. So we're going to go ahead and now we're going to perform the cut. Now if you notice, it just changed the orientation on it. Well, we need this to be the other way. So we need to take the green, make it flat, so another 90 degrees. Now guess what? Got that here. Now we got two different objects, both on the same thing. But we need to make this combine into this. So if we try to combine this into that, watch. We'll go ahead and put it here because we need it just enough to the side. So let's zoom in. We bring it to right there. There's a large gap right here, and we need a lot of surface area for this. So we try to go ahead and say, let's move the object by using the world coordinates. We use the blue, we bring it up. Come on. There we go. All of a sudden, it doesn't want to bring it up because they are two separate objects. Well, we need them to be the same object. So instead, we need to make sure both objects are selected over here. We have the housing and the body right here. Once you have them selected, right-click on any of the two objects, hit Assemble. Now we've got two objects selected as one object, but yet we can still move two separate objects that we need to move. All right. Now, this will then now allow us to change the coordinates of the piece that we need to change to wherever we want, and it will stay that height that we want, which is actually kind of perfect. But we don't need it that high. What I'm trying to do is I want to make this more towards the best that I can into the middle of it. So, which actually looks right there. It's kind of perfect. Right there. Yeah. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and change the view a little bit so we can see on the inside now. The minute we check on the inside, it's going to be a little hard to see. But if you look closely enough, you can start seeing it protruding out. And it looks like I got it just perfect. Maybe, you can see the protrusion right there. Well, we don't need that. What we need is it just enough on the end, connected in. That way it shows, hey, we've got two pieces here. Now we've got a great looking piece to start working with. Once that's done, go out of that, unclick to move, and now we have, looks like one solid piece, but it's really not one solid piece yet. What we need to do now is have it selected. We'll have an option up here called Mesh Boolean. We need to click on that. We're only going to worry about doing a union because we're taking these two objects and connecting them as to one. So make sure we select that one and that one. Once we hit union, it becomes one single piece. As you see, it's all one single piece now. There's no two parts, no two different bodies. It is now just one assembly, which is kind of perfect. And we still need a better flat surface for things to work on. So I am going to go ahead and rotate this again. This time I got to use the red. Rotate it a full 90 degrees. And now this will give us the best possible chance of making something strong. And so that way it holds its shape. And this is how I am making my new mount for my camera, by taking two different designs and using my slicer to create a new, different product. I haven't printed it up yet because I'm currently doing a different project that involves magnets inside of it, which is a previous video back that I've put magnets inside of a knitted spider, and that's currently what I'm doing right now. But we still need to make sure we do our supports, because as you can see, this is going to need the supports. Just from this area alone, it's going to need the supports. So make sure when you do your printing, you add your supports, you do everything you need for your speed, your strength, all of it. And sometimes it's a good idea to make a print as a proof of concept, so you can change a few things around, make it go bigger, make it go faster. But right now, I believe my design for my camera is going to work out very, very well. So hopefully This helps you learn how to combine objects into one and how to, say, make your own little designs off of things for yourself. And that's really all I got for you guys. Um, I'm the Fluffy Printer. If you like what I say, if you like my videos, if you like anything at all that I've done, leave a comment, leave a like, follow me on here. But that is all you're choosing. I'm just here to try to help and do what I can for everybody that's trying to learn. So, Fluffy Printer, coming at you.